What's going on? I decided to jump on here and do a live and see who wants to talk. Because I'm also trying to still see if this mic's going to work out great. And it's kind of weird hearing yourself on a mic. So I'm making sure it works by using this headset too. This is not going to replace my Thursday night live, just so you know. We're still going to go live Thursday night, so don't forget about it. I just did not feel like making a video today, so I thought I would just go ahead and jump into this and do a live and see if anyone wanted to talk or hang out. So I've been doing these eco shred runs. I've been picking up these tires that need to be shredded, and I've been bringing them to the eco shred, and they've been shredding them and turning them into mulch and different stuff. And I decided to buy some of that to put around my swimming pool. So we're going to see how that is. Maybe I can give y'all some advice on it. Being a Prime employee, we kind of get a discount for it. So, you know, it's a little cheaper than the store. I would say I probably paid about half price of what it would originally cost somebody. Just in case anybody was curious about how much it cost, or how much you can save by buying it through Prime, through EcoShred, instead of going and buying it off of the shelf. What's up, Tennessee Flatbedder? How are you doing? Here, ooh, I lost my stuff. Did you do? Oh no, I made it not viewable because I didn't want a bunch of people like seeing that video. It was just a mic test. I just wanted to talk for a little while, make sure it was working, see how it was going. And this thing sounds good, so I don't need this headset no more. I just wanted to put that headset on so I could hear my voice and make sure that we were doing great. Oh, also, I probably had to delete it because Hans was all like, I'm telling Kiersey. Whenever I see her, I'm going to let her hear that part. But if y'all don't know what Hans is talking about, I did a live not too long ago or the other day to check my mic, and he was like, I'm telling one of the voices, people were all like, you sound like Kiersey. So for fun, I was all like, yeah, I'm Kiersey, trucking along with Kiersey, and you know, just to do it, I guess. So he was all like, I'm telling Kiersey, because you know Hans is devoted. So, but yeah, it's all good, man. It is definitely all good. Jeffrey says, put you down on my application as a referral. Didn't know Tennessee Flatbed's referral code to get him as my trainer though. Oh, Jeffrey, that's not good. I didn't. If you would have let me know, then like I could have got you Tennessee Flatbedder's driver code. But you know, thank you for putting me down on the application. Like, and you know, congratulations for coming here. Have you already got here, or are you on your, like, you just did the application, Jeffrey? Because if you just did the application and everything, we could I could get you in touch with Tennessee Flatbedder and see if he's available to train when you get here around the time you're getting here. But if you're already here and going through orientation, it's too late. We can't help you out there. So it all depends on like where you're at right now. I don't remember you thinking that you were already here, but it's the paper application that it needs to go on. I think you're scared that Kiersey might talk you to death. Yeah, and there's Tennessee's Flatbedder's driver code is DODSTH. if anybody needs Tennessee Flatbedder's driver code, it is also on his channel. So make sure that y'all go over to his channel. If you would drop that link in there again, buddy, I always ask you to do that. I'm sorry. You might as well keep it on copy and paste for me, but you know, I want people to be able to get to your channel. Also, I think you can click on his name and go straight to his channel. I talked to Heather Ross. Targeted to be there on the 15th of August. Okay, so it's not too late. Jeffrey, you can either text my phone number. It's in the description. You can either shoot me a text. Hey, this is Jeffrey. I wanted to get with Tennessee Flatbedder, and like I can give him the phone and let him text you back, or I could either send you his number to you, your phone number to him, so he can text you himself. But August, he might be available in August. If you do referral, is that like a bonus? Yes, it is a bonus. So when you put down somebody's name on the application as a referral, whoever you put down there gets a little bit of a bonus because they're the ones that brought you here. So whenever a YouTuber's out here trying to help you out, or anybody, maybe it's Facebook, maybe you're on the Prime Facebook group and you found somebody on there that was really helping you out, and you say, hey man, I want to give you a kickback. Like it helps. My referrals supports my channel, and a lot of people use it that way. Some people use it as revenue, whatever they use it for. It's just your way of kind of giving back to that person that inspired you to come to Prime, or the person that's helped you out make that decision, the person that's answered the questions for you to help you make the decision to come to Prime. So it gives them, here's what it kind of gives them. Like whenever, I don't have the paper right in front of me, so I'm going off of memory. So once you get hired on, that person that you referred gets $100 as soon as you're hired on. I believe this is how it works. I might be wrong about that part. But I do know after 6 months of employment, they give us a $500 bonus because, hey, somebody you brought to Prime has made it for 6 weeks. It's a big deal. And then they start paying you 0.001 cent per mile that you drive. So and it adds up. I'll go to a check stub and I'll tell you about how much it is. I'm not going to show you the check stub because, it has people's driver codes on there that I've brought to Prime. So I'm not going to show you the check stub. I'm going to pop one up and I'm going to tell you like person A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we kind of have an idea on what it does. And I use it to improve my channel. I used it to buy my GoPro. I've used it for my Stream Deck. I've used it for the new microphone. Like I do use it to put back into my channel. I've used it to buy those lights. Then whenever I upgraded to those lights, I used it to buy those. Whenever I upgraded to the RGB, I used it there. To buy that flag back there, I used it there. To buy the hats, I used some of it there. I mean, like I'm trying to put it back into my channel as much as I can. It's hard to keep up with. All right, so we'll go down the list. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got, no, that bottom one's not a referral. What is that? That's an AC bonus. The last one doesn't count. So here we go. We got A, $5.54. B, $7.10. C, $6.87. D, $4.86. E, $5.46. F, $6.96. And A, B, C, D, E, F. I think I did F. G, $4.77, and H, $7.03. So each person has, like, that's some pretty good money right there. I mean, like, it helps out the channel. It's more than $20. We'll just say it was all $5 because some of them are less, some of them are more. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, $35 extra. No, $40. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So $40 extra onto my check. And, you know, and if any of these guys, like, I know I train, let's see, I train him. I don't know who that is. I trained him, him, definitely him, because he was before I started YouTube, and him. So I trained all but one of them as of right now. And I don't know why. I think it looks like a female driver code, because I'm gonna guess that it's a Jenny something, and just because of the driver code. And I think that she might have been one that I put on one of my friends' truck, because unfortunately I don't train females. So the driver code, the referral bonus, does help out the channels, and we do get paid for it. So it's kind of, you know, if you feel like it. And I'm not going to be on here and I'm not going to be begging anybody for a referral code and none of that stuff. I'm not going to do it. I give you my driver code. If you want to put it down, put it down. And I'm sure Tennessee Flatbedder feels the same way. Here's my driver code. If you want to put it down, put it down. The only thing, you know, there's some things that the driver code helps out with, and like it's sort of placement and stuff like that. You can still train people with having someone else's driver code in there. It's still possible, because that person might not train, or that person that you put down as your referral is the person going to do your TNT, and you don't have anyone to do your PSD, and the person doing the TNT does not want a PSD, or they don't have enough time at Prime or with a CDL to do training. So, you know, there's reasons that it could be somebody else and then me training you, or somebody else and then Tennessee Flatbedder training you. You know, it's a lot of stuff. I've seen that. If you do referrals, we were already past that. We got Tennessee Flatbedder's channel in there, and you know what? I'm gonna start with a clean slate. I'm gonna start with like a disclaimer right here. From now on, the channels I recommend y'all to is gonna be the channels that I 100%, and I do mean 100% agree with, and it's gonna give you good information. So there was a channel not too long ago. I was watching one of my older videos, and I was all like, yeah, check out his channel. It's a great channel. And I was all like, I don't know if I should have said that about that guy, because, you know, it's not a really informative channel. Some of the stuff that he said was kind of misleading in sometimes. So I'm going to do a better job at recommending channels. I'll recommend Tennessee Flatbedder. I'll recommend Kiersey. I'll recommend No Hippie Trucking. And there's Mo's Trucking. I think Mo's Trucking is a genuine channel. But as for like me recommending a bunch of people's channels, I'm going to kind of hold off on that for a while till I do more research on them. Because the channel I recommended not too long ago, I watched the channel, and I watched the channel. I do watch the channel, but I don't think it's as informative as it could be for teaching. I think that it was more of, hey, I got a channel, like, let's talk about some crazy stuff and do some crazy stuff. So it was a very old video. Like, I was looking at some very old videos from whenever I first started to see what it was like from then to now. Is how I even got mixed up in it. So I'm going to be more careful with that. Matt B says, leaving Florida tomorrow. I'll be in Springfield Friday night and attending orientation Monday. See you soon, Big D. I'll let you know whenever I get there. Congratulations, Matt B. Come on out here. See, if I was doing it for the referral bonuses, I'd be like, Matt B, did you put me down for a referral? Matt B, make sure you put me down for a referral. I hope you didn't forget. Matt, I don't care. Come see us. Come see me in Tennessee out here, Matt. And congratulations on getting here. Should be a bit. My AC went out, and I'm sitting in 90-degree weather. Oh, Hans, dude, it's horrible. You know, just put the truck. Get somewhere where like you can drive circles and put the gas pedal all the way down, man, and let that truck drive circles while you sleep to cool down. Trailblazer, what's going on? Trailblazer, he started running freight. Good to see you, man. It was great when you came to see me on the pad the other day. Yes, I am the same. Thank you for that, brother. Joys of trucking. Yeah, joys of trucking. There's a lot of drama in trucking. I'll tell you that. I'm finding out that there's a ton of drama. I've been here recently. I've been looking at these Facebook pages a lot more, and as I'm going through these Facebook pages, I'm seeing a lot of drama and a lot of BS. I thought the Facebook pages were like helping hands, like they were helping people out. But as I'm finding out, some of these Facebook pages is just like a backroom fight or something. I don't know. Like people are talking smack on them and like not being helpful. I can understand like a little joke here and there, like somebody asks a question and you look on the comments and they're all like, "Oh, lots of people already answered it," so put a joke in there. But man, like people are getting heated on Facebook. I see. Then I hear that the admins on some of these Facebook pages, they start kicking people out if you talk back to them. I'm like, whew. They start with Warner seems okay. They start with Warner seems okay. Yeah, if Warner if that company fits you, man, go for it, man. Um, it's another mega carrier. It is. So, if that one's gonna work for you the best, then go with it. Warner is a starter company like Swift. Get your experience and leave. Yeah, see, and some people will make a career out of Warner, believe it or not. Like some people will be happy there and do great there. And it's like I always said, Matt, you did your research, you picked Warner. Like there's nothing wrong with that. That fits you best. Life's about the choices we make. So even if it's not going to be a great company for you, well, and I'm not saying that it's a bad company. Well, better yet, let's use Prime as an example. So you decide to come to Prime because you've seen a lot of videos on it and you're like, man, Prime's it. Prime's it. I've been watching these videos. These truck drivers are sleeping on beds full of cash. I'm going to be filthy stinking rich. And you choose Prime and you have a horrible experience here and you can't make no money. Guess what? You just learned. You just learned a big lesson right there. You learned, hey, I gave it all I could get. I found out that the mega carrier life wasn't for me. The mega carrier life was not for me. I'm going to go work for this other company. I'm going to start over. Some of the mistakes that I made while I was at Prime, like I was late to that load because I slept in. I got to get a better alarm. I took too much time off. Like set back and reflect on your failures. Set back and look at everything that you did positive there. Reflect on it. Learn how to be better for the next opportunity that's coming. Where was I at? Starter company. Definitely help me out, and you're the biggest inspiration for me choosing Prime. Of course, I put you down as my referral. Yeah. Lots of sounds. Hey, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. I'm glad you looked at my channel and did some research through my channel. I'm happy to influence you into coming to Prime. I feel like it's a great company, and I feel that you will get what you're gonna get out of this experience here at Prime, what you put into it. So if you put your all into this experience, then it's gonna pay off big for you. Does per diem cover taxes? in my opinion, per diem kind of equals out to the same amount that your taxes were, is what I've noticed on my checks. Like, I'm all like, man, I paid this much in taxes. I got this much per diem. Now, for me right now, I don't get no per diem because I'm not like running freight enough. Don't get me wrong. I did 4 tire runs this week, and this week ain't even over. So, I did a lot of tire runs and I did a lot of running, but I'm not getting per diem, so it's not going to equal my taxes. Like 30 terminals. Oh, they have 30 terminals? The old lady says your beard looks longer. Oh, I like it. It's a little bit longer than it's been because the last time I set it on fire whenever it was this length. Prime starts at more great pay. Yes. From what I understand and what I've seen, Prime is the highest training pay school out. So, for starting out, getting that while you're going through training, Prime pays the most. But then again, I hear and I've seen that our training for TNT is longer than other companies, and a lot of people don't like that. Like, they don't want to be on that training for that long. So, you got to weigh it out. More money for training, less time training. You're going to have to weigh it out and find out what's better for you. Yeah, I'm not in your shoes. I'm not in your situation. So, and your mic looks better. Oh, better like that. Okay. Tennessee Flatbetter told me today on the phone, he said, hey man, you got your mic hanging downwards looks better. He didn't like it whenever I flipped it over, so. Sitting in my reefer trailer watching this. Hans, just poke a hole, like make a big hole in the bulkhead and run you one of those go in the truck stop and get you one of those dryer tubes off the back of the dryer. Make you a hole in the reefer and make you a hole in the back of your truck, man. You'll be good. Set that thing onto like -10 or something. You'll be good. Shoot, I don't blame you. If it was 95-degree weather and my AC was out, I'd probably be in the reefer too. I don't blame you at all. Big legs, make money you didn't. Hold on. What the heck happened here? My camera frozen on y'all's? My camera frozen on your end? Camera is completely frozen. Maybe it's just my side. I don't know. My camera is just completely frozen right there. Maybe it's just on my side. Back to peg leg. Money you make didn't matter as much as the money you save. Life of an over-the-road driver can be expensive. Yes, life can be expensive. You gotta watch your cost out there. Like, try to save money by not eating out all the time. Stay out of those truck stops window shopping too. Like, that was one of my problems when I first started trucking, is I went truck stop window shopping. So I would go through every truck stop we stopped at. I was like, man, this is the 12th Loves we stopped at. Like, I gotta go look and see what they got in here. You're going down all the aisles window shopping. You might buy something. I had a friend and he would buy all kinds of stuff in the truck stop. And I would be talking to him on the phone and he's all like, man, I got to throw some of this stuff out the window. I got too much junk. So what do you have? He goes, glass figurine. Throw it out the window. He was all like, man, I bought this brush. Threw it out the window. He got some razors he bought there. He threw them out the window. I'm all like, dude, you're throwing your money out the window for reals. I said, and stop littering, man. You're going to get a big ticket for littering. Jeff says, hey, Big D, I'm late. What I miss? See, you got a mic upside down. Sounds good. Yes, I got the new mic. I've been testing it out. I tested it out once, and this is my second time testing it out. So I like it so far, and I think it sounds better than the Yeti. Now, don't get me wrong. The Yeti was good to me. I like that Yeti. It took me some time to get to get this thing to work. Complicated. Your 30K TNT is 1 year experience. 30K TNT is 1 year experience. No, it's not 1 year. The 30K is not 1 year. No good. Well, let's talk about it. Here's how you can figure out the time it takes you to get the 30K miles. Matt, 5,000 miles a week. I call that the average because some weeks you're going to do 4,000, some weeks you're going to do 6,000. So you take 5,000 miles a week times or divide 30 divided by 5,000 miles. What do you get? That's how long it's going to take. Plus maybe a week of vacation or time off, and see what you got. So my screen didn't freeze earlier, just on my side. It just like went colorful and just froze. Do you find No Hippie Trucking and Transportation? And that's another channel right there. I just said I would highly recommend. No Hippie, I was just talking about you. I said that I'm gonna watch out who I bring up in my chats on whose channel to check out. And yours is one of the ones that I was saying, hey, that's the channel that's good. No Hippie gives out like good information. He tries to help people. He's honest. He's blunt. And if you don't like what he has to say, then you can just turn it off. It's that kind of real love right there, you know. You don't like what I'm saying, just turn it off. I'm just kidding, man. But it says y'all pad trainers are getting a little weak with this heat. Pad empty all day. I was on a run today. You know, I was on a run, and I don't know why people aren't out there. I know it's hot. Like, I've been doing less time. I've been staying out there all morning, and then once I can't stand it no more, I'm going on drives. Or once I get super sweaty, I'm going on a drive. Oh, Trailblazer APU issues. Horrible, bro. You got to get that in the shop. Good thing is, like, try to take it to any carrier that's around. There's carriers all over the place that can work on it. Oh, yeah, brother. I got me one of those window squeegees. Oh, I like the window squeegee. Love the window squeegee. Bully says, where is Justin? I was looking for him on the pad for weeks. Justin is on Friday Night Lives. Look for him on Friday nights. I know where Justin is. I just don't want to put his business out. Like, you know, I know where he is. Justin's alive and he's doing good. Matt, Prime pays more. Snyder is 2 week start at a low 40 cents per mile. The pad in Pittston was super empty earlier. Yeah, and also we've been kind of slow here lately also, so that's kind of why it's been, you know, a little bit dead out there. I've noticed, like, for the past 4 or 5 days, whenever I was out there, I was looking around and I was all like, man, I'm the only truck out here besides everyone testing. Especially the last weekend, there was nobody out there. Yeah, Tennessee, I didn't know if he wanted us to say that or not, but I didn't want to say it. No Hippie says, it's hot. I can't believe it's 98 degrees, 7 p.m. Yeah, it's hot out there, and I'm about to have to go unload all this mulch out the back of my truck from EcoShred and carry it to my backyard. I kind of was like, man, it's 100 outside. I am not walking that stuff to the backyard till it cools down. Yeah, Tennessee was out there this morning after he tarped his load. After he retarped his load. Yeah, he was out there all day. He called me and he was all like, where you at? I was like, man, dude, I have a tire run. I got to go. Like, I took a tire run over to Kansas City. Jeff Dirt says, when you're in PSD after in-class training and whatever, you can jump into a truck on the pad and just practice backing or whatnot or whatever whenever you want to. Your instructor is the only one that can take you out there and do backing with you. So you can't just go out there, hop in a truck, and start doing backing. Because your instructor, you're going to be assigned to your instructor's truck. That's the truck you're going to use. There are trucks around that you can do pre-trip on and stuff like that. Pre-trip is more important than backing whenever you get out there. I'm telling you right now, everybody's always concerned about backing. Get concerned about pre-trip. I just had a guy go home. He first guy I've ever had fail pre-trip. I had him look it up on the computer. I was like, have I ever had a guy let me take that back. First guy I ever had fail 2 times on pre-trip, I meant. But I said, have I ever had a guy fail twice pre-trip? I said, I don't think I've never, ever had a guy retest on pre-trip. They looked it up and they said, no. They say, did you know out of all these students you had, you only had 9 people fail pre-trip? I said, what? The number's that low? And they're all like, yeah. And then they went through the driving, and they said, did you know you only had 4 people fail the drive? I was like, yeah, I know. So, I mean, my pre-trip and my driving is not no weak part. But sometimes, man, I'll put you to work on pre-trip. I'll put you out there in the heat and everything. This guy that I had, he just, he said he couldn't speak the words of pre-trip orally. He needed to take it written, and unfortunately, we don't have a written test for him. So sorry about his luck. He said, look, man, he sent me a text and he said, look, I gotta go home. Like, I got stuff I gotta take care of. I was like, I'm not gonna stop you. If you got some stuff to take care of, go home, take care of it. And he went home. Pretty much is how that went down. Where was I at? Oh, here we go. No hippie trucking and transportation. I couldn't do flatbed in this heat. Bro, I know Tennessee flatbedder's crazy, man. He's out there doing it. Like, my student was talking about wintertime. He goes, man, whenever it's ice cold out there, I couldn't do flatbed. It's too cold, and those guys have to be out there. Bully is okay. As long as he's okay, I come back and upgrade and wanted to let him know I was doing good. Bronson. Oh, okay, Bronson. You know what? I'll send him a text right now because I'm gonna forget that name. I don't want to tell you that I don't want to say that. I don't want to be like, hey man, I'm gonna tell him. Ron. I can't spell, man. SON. There you go, Bronson. I think that's how you say it, Branson. I sent him a message. I told him, man, because I didn't want to forget, so I sent it right now. Yeah, Tennessee flatbed. He's all about flatbed. I mean, we would. It's great that you told us because I don't think we would have ever got it with your name. I don't think we would have figured it out, not put 2 and 2 together. Oh, I need to unplug that mic. I meant that headset. I'm going to sleep in my reefer tonight. Hans, I don't blame you, man. Like, just cover up with like the bags of frozen food. No hippie says it's hot in that top bunk. My trainee is holding it like a champ. No hippie, just run through the wash bays a couple times and tell them to turn on the cold water. It'll cool down the roof. It'll stay cool for a little while. Can't skip the struggle. Matt says, got Class A. They're hiring no experience endorsements. Got a Class A hiring no OTR experience. I don't know what you're trying to ask. Class A. I guess you're asking if we're hiring Class A with no OTR experience, and then the endorsements. Well, tanker endorsement and double and triples endorsements. But right now, man, it's hard to say because they keep on going back and forth on it. 1 minute they say we're not hiring anybody that has a CDL that's coming, like, we're not hiring anyone that came out of a school that has a CDL. We're not doing it. We're only hiring students right now. And then the next minute I hear, hey, we started hiring again people with no experience or with a CDL. And I'm just like, man, I cannot put out any information here because y'all keep on flip-flopping on me. Because I don't want to put out any more. I did it one time. I put out a video with bad information on it. And really, it was what I was told. But it was from a good source. But I don't want to put out a video or put out some bad information like that again. You're welcome, Bully. You're welcome. Pittston is the closest. Ryder, what's going on, man? Good evening. Tennessee and Hans. Hey, Ryder, when you coming in to upgrade, man? Waiting for Sunday to roll around so I can get back on the road to Springfield to upgrade. So, good. He's on his way to Springfield to upgrade. I guess he'll be in the Monday upgrade. Man, I swear, Kenworth Ryder, you flew through those miles, man. You were knocking out some miles. You must have had a good trainer or somebody that ran hard. Talked to a recruiter CPL days ago and ain't hiring for trainees on flatbed. Well, Jeff, just go through the loophole, man. Just go ahead and come here, and then whenever you get your CDL, say, I want to do flatbed. And you can always switch divisions after so long, or, I mean, you can run whatever division you want. You'll have to do a little boot camp thing. Pegleg says, what classes does one have to take to get Hazmat endorsement? Pegleg, Hazmat endorsement is not a class that we have here. It's a class that you can, or I mean, it's a study the DOT Hazmat section of the, you know, the book that they give you to study for your permit test. It has a section in it that's Hazmat. Study that. You'll take your background test at the DMV, background check at the DMV, pay for that. Take the Hazmat test, and then when you pass it, get it put on your CDL, and you're good. But at Prime, we don't have a class for that. We have like a little training video on Hazmat, and you have to take a little test, but Philip says, Big Brinks robbery today, 60 miles north of LA at Flying J Tractor and Trailer. 18-wheeler was stolen, 100 million jewelry. Think inside job. Yeah, I would say so. That is crazy. Yeah, that had to be an inside job. And, you know, that should have been a high-value load with two people on the truck and one person in the truck, one person out at the restroom or whatever. Should have been a high value load. They should have got Prime to take that load because that wouldn't have happened at Prime. I'm just kidding. It might have still happened, but at least with our high value loads have two drivers in there most of the time. And if one's off the truck, one has to be in the truck. Or it's a high-value solo load where there's no stops in between. You pick up the high-value load and you can deliver it in one shift, and you don't stop for fuel or nothing. You just drive it straight in. Just tanker and Hazmat. We don't require Hazmat. We don't. And I don't really encourage people to get Hazmat because those loads that are Hazmat, like, You know, they're few and far in between, and they don't pay enough to be worth it, in my opinion. So I don't really say hazmat's a good idea. Plus, when you get hazmat, you have to take the test again ever so often. So I just don't feel like it's a good thing, because like I think it's like every 2 years you have to recertify your hazmat or something like that. I don't. To me, it's not worth it unless I need it for another trucking job. I just heard we're on a freeze for flatbed for a minute. Yeah, I haven't heard that yet till just now. So, and tanker too. 3 terminals. Where's your drop yard? We have a lot of drop yards. Really, we have. I think I still got a list of it. Hold on, I might still have the list. Yes, I do. Prime locations. We got the Salt Lake City, which is a terminal. Springfield, which is a terminal. We have the Denver drop yard. It's in Colorado. We have the Dallas drop yard in Texas. We got the Houston one, which is in Texas. We got the Pittston terminal. We got Fontana, California. We got the San Antonio. Oh, man, I can't ever say this. Ben Salem. The Ben Salem one. We got Arbondale, Florida. We got Laredo, Texas. We got West Memphis, Indianapolis, Decatur, Pearson, and Phoenix. And I have all their location codes. So anybody at Prime needs their location codes, there it is. You just go and do your little macro 19 and you type it in there, boom, it pops it up, gives you information on it. No, I won't be back on the road until Sunday. Then I'm on my way to Springfield for upgrade. Okay, I got you, brother. So how long do you have to stay in one division before you can switch to another one? I'm not sure. I think that you can just switch whenever you want, but I think that you have to call the supervisor of the division. Like, say I wanted to go to flatbed, I would call the person in charge of flatbed. I believe it's Belinda, and be like, "Hey, I want to come to flatbed," and tell her why I wanted to come to flatbed, and it'll get approved. And then boom, I'm on flatbed. Jeff says, I need a smoker and someone who is off-centered. Jeff, you need Tennessee flatbedder. I second that. Tennessee's your person. What's up, Isaac's dad? Yes, there. Philip says, yes, there's 2 drivers, both took a break. Going to be on Insider Edition TV tonight. They both took a break. Don't know why one couldn't have waited. Was Hazmat for Air Force cargo? Back. Not easy test. A lot to know. Can be dangerous, chemical, fire, and explosion. Yeah, stuff I don't like messing with, man. Y'all found out what happens whenever I play with gasoline. You really think I need to be anywhere near anything else that's hazmat? I do know there was a Dallas drop yard. Yeah, there's a Dallas drop yard. It's a junk yard. Turned into a drop yard. Denzel B, what's going on, Twizted? Counting down the days now. I'll be coming into the August orientation group. I'll be out of Salt Lake City Terminal. Man, that's a brand new terminal. 60 miles from Dallas. Didn't see that before. Do you go to Springfield or home after you finish TNT? Lamont, it depends on where they have a truck for you because you can upgrade out of Pittston. I'm not 100% sure on Salt Lake City, but I think you can upgrade in Salt Lake City. Springfield's the main place you want to upgrade. I think that's your best chance on getting a truck. I upgraded in Springfield and they paid for me a rental car to go all the way to Pittston to get a truck though, so. That's how I met one of my good friends, William. We drove up to Pittston together. Man, like here's how much of a con artist I am. So they give me the paper and they say, "Hey, we want you to pick up this rental car. It's going to be in your name, blah blah blah, to go to Pittston." I was like, "Man, I don't want my name on this card." I was like, "Man, I don't want to be responsible for this rental car." So I met one of the guys that was supposed to be riding with me. I said, "Hey, bro, let's go up here and get this rental car." He's like, "Okay." I said, "Come with me, man." So we get up to the desk. We're next to check in. I was like, "Dude, I got to go to the bathroom. Pick up the rental car." Booked it. So he picked up the rental car, and I said, "Look, man, I'll drive all the way. I'll drive as far as I can, and then we'll switch out. We'll just both stay up." So he's up talking to me the whole way, and then we switch out. And I was all like, "I'll stay up with you, man. Don't worry. I'll stay up with you. I'm going to talk to you on the way." I'll be darned if I didn't fall asleep like 5 minutes in the car. Boom, I'm out cold. He said he pulled over at a rest area, stopped, took a nap, got back up, and drove the rest of the way to Pittston. And I didn't wake up till we got there. And I was all like, "Man, we're here?" So what happened? He's all like, "You fell asleep. You slept the whole time. The roads were icy. It was scary. And you're over there asleep." And I was all like, "Well, you didn't kill us." You know, great friend though. Like I still talk to him. I mean, he comes over once a year to the house. He likes to go to Branson day after Christmas or something like that. A couple days after Christmas, week after Christmas. He always comes and visits us around Christmas time. Great guy, awesome guy, funny guy too. Put the ad in front of the code. Oh, wait a minute. Or put the at in front of the code on the navigation and it will give you the navigation for the location. I never put the at symbol. I just typed in the code and it went straight to it. I never put the at symbol in there. Pegleg says with Prime switching into flat FBG for another division, do you have to take a procurement class? Yes, they got the boot camp. You take the boot camp. 12 cents per mile is at least 120,000. Mile is at least though. I don't know where you're getting your math from, Matt. I don't even know. 12 mile. Are you doing 30K miles? Like I like numbers, so like when somebody's talking numbers, I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about. 120,000. No, 12,000. 12,000 divided by 12. 1,000. I don't know where you're getting your numbers. I don't know which. I have no idea what's going on. Like I'm just car wreck. Isaac's dad, I'm leaving for Salt Lake City tomorrow. I'll talk to my recruiter, and he says, "See you on Monday." Hey, be safe, man. Be safe out there. And congratulations, man. I've been waiting for you to come in, Isaac. You can tell us how Salt Lake City really is, and maybe you will change my mind on what I think of it. Because I still like it, man. I really don't like that terminal. But I haven't been there since they redid it. Why am I the only one hit the like button? Yeah, man. Where's the likes? Where's the likes? Only one like? Oh, man, yeah. Smash that like button. Let's get a party going on in here, man. That'd be cool if a bunch of people hit the like button and like there were streamers and stuff, or something like pop up like, oh, they hit the like button. You know, the screen would change color or something. That would be even cool too. Can't get that lucky. Snyder has a lot of failures. No 12K. No 12K. Yeah, I figured that one out. I just don't know what you're talking about. I got lost, brother. I got lost. I have no idea what you're talking about. A 2-hour class, flatbed gang. Oh, if per diem pays the taxes. Does AC fail a lot on semis with 100 Fahrenheit temps now everywhere in the U.S.? How to stay cool? Philip, mine hasn't crashed this year, but you know, it's happened to me twice and it's miserable. Like you sweat so much, like, and you don't really appreciate the guys that did this before you until your APU dies on you. Like I'll tell you right now, like I took that thing for granted, and whenever the thing quit working on me, it was the worst experience ever. Like I was miserable. And I just thought to myself, I said, man, the guys before me, the truckers that were before me didn't have no APU. Like I listened to them talk, they're all like, man, we didn't have no APU, no air, nothing. What we would do is we would roll all the windows down in the truck, sleep in our underwear, and just sweat and sweat and sweat. And the cool breeze. If the wind was blowing, you got a breeze. If there wasn't no wind, you were out of luck, man. You just had to deal with it. I was like, dang, man, those guys paved the way, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if a truck driver wasn't the one that came up with the APU. And then I talked to some truck drivers, and they're all like, man, we were able to idle our trucks in some areas. But I couldn't imagine not being able to idle my truck and deal with that heat. Uh, get back to Springfield, I'll almost have 40K miles. That's a lot of miles. Twizted like numbers 1, 2, 3, and to the 4th. Like now. I had to close the chat and borrow my leg to smash the ding ding. But oh man, that's funny. Yeah, me and my students were talking about you the other day, Pedro. I was telling them, so like, man, y'all missed the chats. Y'all gotta go into the chats and see Peg Leg in there. He's funny. Yes, and hit the bell. Sleep at the buffet. Oh, sleep in the buff? Yeah. No AC would suck. Bro, it does. It does. And you try to tell your fleet manager, hey, you keep me somewhere cold because this AC is not working. And they don't keep you somewhere cold. Like, they'll send you straight to Texas or Florida, and you'll be like, what the heck's wrong with you, bro? It's not working. Sometimes, like, I thought my fleet manager did it on purpose because I barely sent him a message. Hey, my APU's broken. I don't want to stop. I want to keep running freight, and it's nice and cold up in the Northeast, or really the North. So just don't send me south. And my next load, boom, Dallas, Texas. I was like, for reals? You really got to do me like that? I was not happy. Like I was like, how could this fleet manager know my APU's not working? I just sent him a message, and he said, hey, that's cool. Go to Florida or go to Texas. Dallas, Texas is where I went. It was so hot, man. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like I know what it feels like to sleep until your eyelids fill up with puddles of water, and you wake up because it's like all over the place, and you got to shake your head and dry your face off. It's horrible. Horrible. I feel for you, Hans. I wish I could give Hans a super chat to get his truck fixed, or a super chat for some ice cream or something. Jeff says, though APUs seem to crash a lot, see a bunch of guys buying generators and hooking up little portable ACs on the bunk. Seems to work all right. Yeah, but nothing works like that APU. Nothing works as good as that APU does. Pegleg says, I drove 2001 to 2008. APUs were just coming out. They are a true blessing. See, Pegleg knows. He's all like, man, those APUs were legit. Sorry, that was a Snoop. Oh, yeah. Man, I like Snoop Dogg. I use them in my training all the time. Every time I teach somebody straight line back, I use Snoop Dogg. Like, that is one of the best things I teach my guys. And whenever I tell them, stop Snoop Dogging that wheel, they already know what I'm saying. I'm like, stop Snoop Dogging that wheel. Warren G, regulate. I got great videos about Prime. No terminals near North Carolina. My student is from North Carolina. I have right now. Cool guy. You know, some of my best students ever come from North Carolina. One of my favorite students ever is from North Carolina. Any tips for someone passing their road test tomorrow? A test at 8 a.m. in Pittston. For the road test? So that means you failed the road test. Dude, just drive the truck. Just drive the truck. Don't drive it like that, but just drive the truck, man. Like, your trainer should have showed you by now how to drive the truck. So just drive the truck, get out of your head. You know, get your head right and just drive the truck. That's the best tip I can give you. Think of it as another day. Think of him as the navigation, whatever. Just drive the truck and be safe. Jeff says, did I say I needed someone off-centered? We said that earlier. Tennessee Flatbetter says, I'm right here, Jeffrey. I'm nuts. Oh my gosh. Tennessee, man. Tennessee's a good guy, man. I'm not in humidity. Are EPU's electric greenhouses any good versus diesel? I don't know. I've only had an APU. Probably like it's hot versus diesel, the truck. Yeah, right. Watch your mirrors and relax. EPU runs on batteries. APU runs off of diesel. Yeah, but I've never had an EPU. I don't know how well it's going to perform. I really have no idea how it's going to perform. I know the APU works off of the diesel engine, and I know that you do not want to let it get below a quarter of a tank. Because below a quarter of a tank is where the line goes in somewhere right there that leads to the APU. And from what I understand is I've never let it happen, because from everybody tells me, they say, hey, if you go below that quarter of a tank and you lose the diesel in that line, then your APU will it won't be prime. You will have to reprime it, get the diesel back into it. And they say sometimes you cannot get that thing primed back up. Like, you can't just prime it back up. So I've never done that before. because I don't want to have to like get it primed up. I don't know how to do it, and from what I hear, you pretty much got to put it in the shop. So if you don't know, don't let your tank go below 3/4 of a tank, because you might have to prime it up, and I hear it's a pain. Pegleg says, to pass the road test for your CDL, drive it like you stole the damn thing, and the troopers are following you. Yeah, do the speed limit. Don't go 10 miles under. Don't go 10 miles over. You know, do the speed limit. That way, if you're doing the speed limit, you will catch it if it goes too fast or before it slows down too much, and you don't have to worry about it. A little about APUs, but it's too much to type out. So don't forget, tomorrow at 7 p.m. is the live, and Tennessee Flatbedders should be here. And we will answer a lot more questions during that time. You know, tonight I just was like, man, I'm not making a video today. I don't feel like making a video, but I really want to come out and talk to my community. So I figured it would be a great time to jump in here and, you know, do a live and start talking to people and see how everyone's doing. But, you know, I don't know. I was like, man, I have a video in mind, but I'm not ready to put it out yet. So like, I'm all like, I know what I want to talk about in a video, but I just didn't feel like sitting down, putting up the camera and just saying, look, I'm going to record this video and then put it out. I was like, I didn't feel like it. So I was like, yeah, let's just jump on here and do a live tonight. And don't forget, you know, the questions. If y'all had a question tonight and we didn't get to it, or you have a question you think of after the live, your best thing to do is put a little note in your phone or write it down, or take a little note and say, hey, that's the question I'm going to ask tomorrow. Yeah, ask about it on Thursday. 30K miles on TNT makes your money good. Yeah, and guys, I'm going to get out of here tonight because it's cooled down outside enough that I'm going to get how much is enough. I know that the sun is not shining down as hard as it was, and I want to do it before it gets too dark out there. I can't get that to pop up right now. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here, and I appreciate all of y'all stopping by tonight. Make sure that y'all stop by tomorrow night for the live Q&A at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we will answer some more questions. Write down questions, comments, whatever you want to know about. Tomorrow night's an open forum for Q&A for sure. Thank y'all all for stopping by and watching.